Hello everyone out there. Welcome back to the channel here at Paradise on Pennies. I'm Heather, and today I am bringing you yet another great tip about books that you might want to have on hand if you're a nomad traveler like we are, if you're van living and you love to read, or just plain if you like to read. These might be really good book suggestions. Again, most of our books will focus on something I think is very beneficial to the road lifestyle, or deals a lot with the nature-loving type too. But you will find a range of books from us because we do like all kinds of topics. Today's book that I have with me is the National Audubon Society Field Guide to the Southwestern States. This is another one of those books that belongs to a series style of book. The Audubon little field guide books you're going to find will be really great handy books to have on hand, and they tend to be kind of small and compact, so they're really nice, but they're packed with information. So even though they're small, you still get a lot of bang for your buck here. So I will again talk about a lot of different Audubon books that you'll find here in the list of my book reviews. But So just know that they're out there because it spans a lot of different topics. But yeah, today is Southwestern States Guide. Now, normally when I see things like field guides, they can range a lot. I have a lot of different books that deal with field guide type of discussions, and some of them are really basic overviews, and some of them go in some really good detail. So this one is a little closer to the scale of detail, I'd say. There's a lot of information in here, and the scientific names are given of things. I think it's pretty obvious why I think a book like this would be great to have on hand, and that is primarily because if you are going to places like the Southwest States, you're going to find a host of information that will help you better enjoy your trip. Because again, I believe that if you learn more about the region you're going to have a much better experience, because it just makes it really interesting when you know things and you can point out that mountain and say what that fly is and say where that bug came from and whether or not that bird is supposed to be where you saw it and what kind of bird it is and whether or not it's a poisonous snake or not. And, that's the kind of stuff that's in this book, and that's really good to have on hand when you're traveling. Let's see, what else can I tell you about? Yeah, so there's identification stuff. This is definitely an ID guide. So if you want to identify flowers and trees and insects and tarantulas and snakes and fun stuff like that, lizards and birds, mammals, it's all in this book. And it spans a pretty wide area. I mean, this goes up into like California, Nevada, New Mexico, Arizona, Utah types of environments, and it will span other states. Some of these flora and fauna you will find in other states with similar terrain and topography. So it's still very useful no matter where you end up. Let's see. Let's just give you a glimpse of what's in here and why it might be helpful to have around. There is the section on birds. And you might find yourself looking at a really pretty red bird and wonder what it is. I did this, and I used this book as a handy guide to know that it was the Vermilion Flycatcher. It's a bird that's kind of a reddish-orange, burnt orange, mostly reddish, I think would be the color, on most of its body, but it has this black mask. Super cool-looking bird. So it was really nice to know actually what it was and where its range is and just more information. So you can find that in this book on page 312. There's that gorgeous bird I was talking about. See? Now I know what it is. And other things you might find. Let's see. Oh, new places to go. There's actually some other sections, so it's not just ID stuff. In the back, it talks about specific regions, parks and preserves, areas around the state, public lands. And so you might use this as ideas also as to where you might want to try out next time in your adventures. And yeah, there's a lot of cool places. They're briefly discussed, I will say that. But it'll just give you an idea, and then you can further research the destinations. So yeah, towards the whole end of the book is just places to go. And the information's given there. Even phone numbers and information to call so you can get information about like what you need permits and stuff like that. At the beginning, there's even a little overview on like geology, desert geology, the types of minerals you might find, flora and fauna, just kind of overview before you get into like the details of, you know, the specifics. And star charts are in here. So yeah, like I said, little book packed full of really good information. If you're finding yourself in the Southwest region in general, highly, highly recommended. Get yourself a little Audubon field guide for the Southwest, and you will be on your way. As always, guys, I will stick the link to this book below in the description so that you can get yourself one if your next trip is going to take you to the Southwest. Check it out. I hope that overview was helpful enough to give you a glimpse as to whether or not this would be a good book to have on hand. It is small enough to carry in a backpack too, so that's kind of nice. Other books tend to be really big and heavy. This isn't too bad. So I'll stick the link below. You can get it, and happy traveling in the Southwest, guys. Oh, and I forgot to mention, this book is written, also the authors are Peter Alden and Peter Frederici. Again, that will be in the description, so if I ever forget again in the future to mention the exact details, just go ahead and look in the description, and I'll put all that information down there. So that's it for today. Until next time, enjoy your trips, and I'll be bringing you another book review as soon as I can. Thanks, guys. Bye.